Hey everyone, welcome back to Pine Hollow Auto Diagnostics. It's the last day on Staten Island here, and we're working on a 2010 Hyundai Sonata. And it has an EVAP problem. It's actually a pretty high mileage vehicle considering it's in the city. 184,000 miles, not bad at all. And let's scan for codes real quick. We have a P0449-EVAP emission system vent valve solenoid circuit. Okay, and I think the customer said that the tank is hard to fill. Is that right? Impossible to fill the tank. So definitely on the right track here. Let's see where this vent solenoid lives, and I'm wondering if we have a bidirectional control for this thing. So if we go to functional tests, engine off tests. We have a canister shutoff valve, OBD2 only. Canister shutoff valve clocked. Canister purge valve. So I guess they don't call it a vent valve, but canister shutoff valve. So we could try that. Test, see if we hear any clicking. And let's do a custom data list, see if there's a status for this vent or canister shutoff solenoid. Fuel tank pressure, I will throw that up. And purge control valve, fuel pump main relay, throttle. Evap purge control, canister close valve option. I don't know if that's optional in this car or not. I think that's our guy. I don't know why they list the data PIDs in this order instead of like they usually do, but that's a snap-on thing, I guess. And alright, anyways, let's just try that. So on, yep, off. Don't hear any clicking. Now the vent solenoid actually lives right here. Customer already peeled back the fender liner for us, which is nice. And that's our guy. And let's do the bidirectional again. On, off, on, off. We don't hear anything at all happening back here. So, easiest thing to do is unplug this guy, and let's just get a little test light across these two pins, bidirectionally control it. If the test light works, it'll be a straightforward, you know, this guy's stuck closed most likely, and you know, we'll just get a new part. But we have to verify the circuit integrity of the feed and control wires for this vent solenoid. Alright, we got our favorite test light here hooked up, two back probes. Do the bidirectional control again. Hooray! On, off. On, off. Circuit integrity is perfect. So let's get this vent solenoid off. And I'm wondering if the actual circuit in there, if it's burned out, like you know, the windings burned out, or if it's setting a circuit code, that's usually what it is. Alrighty, so this guy looks fairly straightforward. Kind of slides off. Over there, we got a couple of hoses. It's actually mounted on a rubber thing. I'll just pop this vent hose right off. That works. And then this guy. See, doing things one-handed sometimes is a little harder than two-handed, right? There we go. So all I want to check is the resistance on the two pins. There we go. Nice. So we'll just let it hang out here. Let me get some adapters, hook up the ohm meter, check this thing out. So here's the resistance check on the vent solenoid, and it's showing 20 ohms, which I would say is a good reading. So it's not an actual burned out winding in here, surprisingly. I'm wondering if we can blow through this guy. I'm going to try that real quick. It seems like it's closed. It should be open right now. By default, it should be open, so it's mechanically stuck closed. That's why I can't fill the tank. And, you know, energizing it won't do anything because it's already stuck in the closed position. So, regardless, we need a new vent solenoid, and that's it. So that was pretty straightforward. Again, we verified the circuit integrity, and I would recommend getting a dealer part, not a Dorman or standard, because they just make, you know, the electronic parts. Don't trust the aftermarket. Just get one from the Hyundai dealer. And with that, I think we'll wrap this one up. I want to say thanks to Corey here. His channel is DOD Dash Cams, right, Corey?
Yes, sir.
So I'll put a link in the description. Again, based out of Staten Island. Dash cams around here are a big deal because, you know, how many body shops are on the island again? Hundreds?
About as many as Dunkin' Donuts.
Exactly. Yeah, body shops are on every corner. You know, people. There's just a lot of people, a lot of cars. You're gonna get a couple bad drivers in there and impatient people. So dash cams are a good thing to have. I think I'm gonna install one on my truck eventually because I'm Russian and you can't be Russian without a dash cam. And then I'll post really cool videos. They'll be entertaining. So thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye. So one variable here, and the owner actually clued me in on this. He said he took this off himself and you could blow through it with the solenoid off. And check this out. This thing is actually stuck open. So what the heck? That doesn't make any sense. So whatever is connected to this hose, whatever is upstream from the vent solenoid, is plugged up. That kind of blows my mind. I mean, what else could there be? This hose goes down to the charcoal canister, so we'll have to do a visual inspection on that. But that's a variable. Now, again, the first part of the diagnosis, this thing is bad. It doesn't move or click or change. We can plug it in, bidirectionally control it again. I mean, it might start moving if we bang on it. But there's another issue with this vehicle. Alright, so I put the solenoid on just, you know, separately without any hoses attached. And let's bidirectionally command it on. Now I don't hear any clicks. However, let's see if it moved. So this thing's actually stuck open, and you can't fill the tank. Go figure. You would think it'd be stuck closed, right? So you place the vent solenoid, and you still can't fill your tank. So let's see what else is in this hose going down to our charcoal canister. See if there's any other variables.
You know, my first thing is going to Identifix. Let me see what's common.
Yeah.
And then number one code 449. Number one problem is plug filter. We throw a filter at it, and then you end up with the opposite problem. Now instead of being plugged shut, now you're stuck open.
So this guy, there's a filter in the vent line between the charcoal canister and the vent solenoid. That's a little unusual. Usually the filter is on, you know, the open side of the vent solenoid. Where's that little hose that we took off here? Let's see where I put it. That little hose that was attached to, oh, here it is. This guy. Now, was there anything on this side?
No.
It was just kind of like this?
I think it's just a strainer.
Because that's really weird. That means all the dust will go right through the vent solenoid and mess that up, and then clog the filter that's further downstream. All right. And sure enough, there it is. And there's our charcoal canister above the rear cross member. And I do like this Max, what is it, the Max jack?
Max jack.
So it's just a one-car garage, but man, this thing is actually pretty sweet. I might consider getting one for my shop, since all I've been using up till now is floor jacks.
Love this jack.
And it's not an issue with not having enough room to like get by with the doors and
Nope.
getting tools around. There we go.
It's good for us old folk. Don't want to bend over anymore.
Alright, so I guess can we just unclip it right there? I can get some pliers and...
Yeah, let me get my screwdriver and unclip that.
Okay. Yep, so we'll see if this hose between the vent solenoid and this side of the filter is clogged up. And according to Diagnostics, I guess that's the #1 cause of the 449 code.
Real quick to want to pull out the parts can and launch a filter into this thing. And have it come back.
So assuming the filter's clogged, then we have two bad parts. The filter and the vent solenoid. Go figure.
We end up going from a stuck closed vent to a stuck open.
Right. Let's see how much junk falls out of there.
And then the chances it may not even be the filter, it may be in a line and or
Oh, try blowing through the filter. Tell me if completely clogged, huh?
clogged.
Wow. Take some compressed air and back blow it.
Let's do that. Hold that.
It might make for a fun little camera shot. I've cleaned out a fuel filter like that, and it actually worked
If
temporarily.
spiders come flying out of this, I'm gonna be freaked out. Just put my mouth on it.
So which way is the flow?
Just that way.
So you want to back flow it? All right, here we go. It's that bad, huh? Holy cow!
Whoa!
There's a little kind of dust, but no kidding.
Even more fun, maybe by the time we finish this repair, we'll cut this baby open and take a look at it.
Sure. Why the heck not?
I like that even
Going in the trash anyways. Now the new one you can probably blow right through it with your mouth, no problem.
A little dust actually came out of that.
Yeah.
But that one's clear. I can actually.
Wait, you're saying that you can blow through this one?
I can.
But it's still hard. There's resistance in there.
A little bit. Not much. This
Not
one's-
much?
I can actually hear it crunching inside.
Huh.
Something's actually moving in it. Yeah, it's not good.
Interesting.
So
Okay.
this is stuck closed. This is clogged closed.
That's clogged up.
And
Yep.
the solenoid's stuck open.
Alrighty. Alright, so we're gonna install the other new parts and verify the repair. Alright, so we got the new vent solenoid in from the dealer. Let's bidirectionally control it. That is a nice loud click. Off. On. Just make sure it seals completely. Perfect. There's no leakage. So let's put it back on the hoses here and we'll do our Evap check. Alright, so we got the purge line off. We have the Smoke Pro Air Complete diagnostic leak detector connected. Now this machine is pretty neat because it doesn't need a compressed air supply like the OTC or the Snap-on units. That is, I'd say that's pretty neat, especially for a mobile tech. So now is this the flow control down here? This knob? So you always, okay, that's closed off. That's maximum flow. So right now we should be getting smoke coming out of just our vent solenoid. The gas cap is closed.
You can pull it back down.
Yep. There we go. Yep. So our vent is definitely working. So now let's bidirectionally shut it off. And we'll look at our fuel tank pressure on here. So on. Boom. Okay, there we go. 0.1. 0.2, so that's climbing up.
And our ball is dropping.
Our ball is dropping. And we want it to drop all the way down. Make sure there are no leaks in the system at all. That's neat. It has like a little air pump in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of pulses the feed. And that's your pressure in the system in inches of water. That's pretty quick. Almost down to 0. So that'll definitely pass the small leak test. It's always fun watching a smoke machine do its thing.
Mm-hmm.
And our fuel tank pressure is at, I guess we topped out at 0.2. There's no inches of water reading. It's kind of a very coarse scale. This thing I don't even know what pressure sensor signal voltage is. I guess it's not the fuel tank pressure. But we should be, so we're done, right?
We're done. We'll close it off.
So you close it off and watch the fuel tank pressure, make sure it stays there, but if we have no leaks, we have no leaks. That's definitive. Awesome. So this system, last thing we can do is start up the vehicle and make sure that purge solenoid is not, you know, stuck a little open, because Keith tells me on Staten Island that's all he sees is just stuck open purge solenoids, and they all cause false, you know, leak codes and all that good stuff. Alright, last check. Make sure the purge solenoid closes like it should. This is the vacuum gauge connected to that line. Engine's running. It's definitely closed and tight. Perfect. I think that's it. So we'll just clear these codes out. Well, let's plug the purge solenoid back in. You always want to check these unplugged so the car doesn't command it on, and then you'll get false reading. So plug this guy back in right here. Beautiful. And then we'll get this hose back on. Get the little clampy back on, and then we'll clear the codes. Alrighty. So clear codes. Yes. Continue. Codes. No codes present. Perfect. Now we just need a completed drive cycle. And that'll be that. So let's wrap this up. Putting the last clamp back on the hose there. And I guess, what's the moral of the story here? There could be more than one broken part at the same time. That's, you know, you have a code for a vent solenoid. You check the vent solenoid, it's mechanically stuck. You're done, right? Off to the next job. Not in this case. So a good thing Corey here did a little bit of preliminary research and said, hey, this filter, that's a common failure. And sure enough, that was why you couldn't fill the tank, and also why, you know, the code was setting because the vent solenoid is busted. So
put your parts cannon away. Don't be so quick.
Well, in this case, you know, parts cannon all the way, right? The two
would have fixed it, but you know, let's
right.
why? Let's be a technician, not a parts changer.
Absolutely. 100% agree on that. So that I don't know how many more episodes we'll have on this trip, but thanks for watching, and like I said, I'll put a link to Corey's Dash Cam channel in the description.
Guys, if you like what you see, support. This guy does a lot of work, a lot of effort. He comes a long way to do this. This isn't easy, what he does. I gotta tell you, working on cars, troubleshooting properly, fixing them is hard enough. He's taking the time out to videotape it and edit it and work one-handed. You know, show him a little love and support.
I try to use a tripod when I can. People say it's too shaky, but in this environment, any video is better than no video, I think.
You know what? Network with the right people, Erico and Keith, and show them a little support. And these guys do a lot of knowledge and a lot of hard work.
Well, I do appreciate your support, Corey. And with that, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next episode. All right.